Turbo 51 over here. I hope you're having a splendid day wherever you are in the world. Guys, it is time for the 4th to last round of our 3rd season of our F1 2019 career mode. We are at one of my favorite circuits on the calendar, the circuit Hermanos Rodriguez in Mexico. And it is time for the Mexican GP weekend. We unfortunately had our ultimate chassis upgrade fail, which was not good news to me because I think we really needed it this weekend. But it's also not the end of the world. We'll see what we can manage. We are still, according to the performance charts, according to paper, the fastest car on the grid. Racing Point P2, Red Bull P3, Haas P4, Renault P5, Ferrari are now down to P6, Mercedes AMG Petronas P7, Williams 8, Alfa Romeo Racing P9, and still way back, it is Scuderia Toro Rosso. Now guys, please drop a like down below on the video. It's only gonna take you 2 seconds. Trust me, you're in for a cracker of a video, this one. I commentate after I've done the race, not live. So you guys are obviously I know what's going to happen, but it is very good. It's very good. Guys, only 10 points separates myself and Lucas Weber in the championship. We on McLaren, however, are on the back foot when it comes to the Constructors Championship. We've got a lot of work to do if we plan on beating Racing Point. But obviously, guys, this is for your personal driver, so the main thing you focus on is the Drivers' Championship. The Constructors is just a nice little cherry on top of the cake if you can manage to get the Constructors Championship. Now guys, this is just a little mistake from myself. In practice, I just nip the inside there of the grass. It sends me into a spin. I do a beautiful 360 and just get back going on my way. But guys, unfortunately for this race, we are going to have to take a gearbox penalty. Reason being is I cannot afford this Grand Prix to be stuck in gears and all that types of random stuff like we had back at Monaco in Season 1. So I'd rather take the grid penalty and know that I've got a fast car underneath me to push for good points. So that is, I think it's a 10th place grid penalty if I'm not mistaken, but we will deal with that after Sunday. We are still qualifying because we're not doomed to the back of the grid with a lot of penalties. Guys, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Share this video with your friends. Tag me in the post or the story, and I will give you a shout out on my social media and on here on YouTube. But for now, let's head straight into quali. Oh yeah.
Not long now until the lights go green for the Mexico Grand Prix qualifying. So let's get ready and see who has that pole position winning performance in them this afternoon. It always looked like the kind of track that asks an awful lot of the rear tyres, such as the frequency of low-speed exits.
No matter how good a driver is at managing their throttle application to limit rear slip, they can't always overcome a car that's inherently bad at looking after its rear tyres. Here we have a lot of low-speed corner exits, which means a whole load of energy, heat and tyre wear.
Guys, jumping straight to the end of qualifying, you guys can see this is the end of Q1. I got stuck behind my previous teammate Roman Grosjean, and he cost me a faster lap at the end of Q1. I was panicked there because I was already sitting in P14, but luckily we scraped through still in P14. Our first lap time was good enough to get us through into Q2. So that was just a little bit of a, I would call it, that's the way you get a jump scare in racing games. Well, I think you can get a better jump scare, but that's like, it's like, you know, when you go into a dark building. It's that type of scare because you're like, I don't know what's on the other side of this door. I don't know what's on the other side of the line. So yeah, jumping into Q2, guys. Our first run in Q2 is not too bad, but it could still be a lot better. Obviously, running worn soft tires.
Receive you at the end of this lap.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Guys, to jump straight to the end of quali, it is my teammate Butler in P1. We have fallen all the way down to P15 like usual. Once again, thanks to the worn soft tires. And as you guys see, let's go into this beautiful first corner. It's a right, left, right, triple chicane here at Mexico for the first 3 corners. You have to really mount the curbs aggressively. We open up DRS as we go down the second back straight. DRS is heaven here around Mexico. Down to high on the ERS, brake all the way down to second gear, clip the curb on the inside, down to first gear for this next one, clip the curb on the inside again, mount the curb on the outside. Then we go on to this next double right-hander. Get the car turning nice and neatly, short shifted to third gear, and then plant the power on the way out. Into this beautiful S section here at Mexico. Left, right, into another left, and then once again into a right left. You have to have balls of steel going through here because you have to thread the needle as you go through there. Heading on to this final part as we head into the stadium section, which is still so beautiful. Right-hander into the tightest corner on the track. This hairpinned left hand, well, the left-handed hairpin into a right-left kick and through the final corner. Plant the power as early as possible. Hug the inside for the shortest run to the line, and we come through to take a beautiful P10 here at Mexico. We just scraped through into Q3 actually, but out of Q1 it is Ricardo, Magnussen, Norris, Sainz, and I think Russell is out. I'm not sure. Yes, that is George Russell in the second Williams. So yeah, guys, that was a beautiful run there. As you guys see, we come to the end of our first run in Q3. We actually left it a bit late, you guys see. There's only 4 minutes.
Right, coming at the end of this lap.
Thank you, Jeff. There was only 4 minutes 15 left on the clock, but luckily we still had enough time to get back into the pits, strap on a new set of tires, and go for a lap. And coming to the end of Q3, guys, where will we qualify before the penalty takes place? We are going to be in P.
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves of our top three. Perez, Vettel and Charles Leclerc. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
So, unfortunately, we've picked up some grid penalties, and we'll be starting further back than you expect. As for how bad it is, that'll depend on what the other drivers get.
I am not making this championship easy for myself. Oh, guys, let's just head straight to the GP and see where we start. There are probably going to be a lot of penalties, but let's head straight to the Mexican Grand Prix.
Formula One may have been absent from Mexico for 23 years, but after 2015's triumphant return, it was as if we'd never been away. In Mexico, a Grand Prix is more than just a race. It's a celebration of speed and of bravery. There's nothing quite like the atmosphere in the stadium today. They'll be drowning out the cars with their noise as they make their way through on lap one. The Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, 2.6 miles of track that allows drivers to take full advantage of their cars, reaching speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour, and providing lots of opportunities for overtaking. The circuit features 17 corners, 10 to the right and the remaining 7 going to the left. And joining me amongst the cheers of the phenomenal Mexican fans, it's Anthony Davidson. And welcome along to this historic circuit. What an occasion this is.
Yeah, it's hard to believe when you see the passion this country has for the sport that Formula One was away from Mexico for so long. It's fantastic to be here, and let's hope that the race lives up to the party atmosphere we've got going. It's a real fast track, this. We get up to Monza levels of speed down the main straight thanks to the high altitude here at over 2,000 metres above sea level. And with that comes the challenge of having less downforce in the corners. So that makes it a really demanding circuit, both for the drivers and engineers.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. It's Sergio Perez on pole position today, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Leclerc, Weber, Pierre Gasly and Hamilton, Bottas, Ricciardo, Magnussen and Lando Norris, O'Connor, Russell, Max Verstappen and Raikkonen, Albon, Kvyat, Romain Grosjean. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. And Carlos Sainz, Giovinazzi and Devon Butler starts from the back of the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
That is the idea, Jeff. We are going to try to not let you down. Guys, P11, not too bad, but I'm going aggressive. 2-stop, softs, mediums, and we're going to push like an absolute crazy person. Lucas Weber is P4. And yes, Racing Point are looking very dominant this weekend. So without further ado, jam with me. Yeah. guys ready for the Mexican Grand Prix as we start the 4th to last round of this 3rd season? 5 red lights, and it's go, go, go for the Mexican Grand Prix. The Mexicans are probably going crazy because their hometown hero Sergio Perez is starting from the lead. Look already, Lucas Weber is trying to make a move on Sebastian Vettel for P2. Then you've got the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc also in this little mix. Heading into the first quarter, there goes Perez trying to go, Weber to go up the inside of Charles Leclerc. It is Racing Point Ferrari, Racing Point. Vettel has fallen all the way down to P4 now and is now under pressure from his teammate Pierre Gasly. And right behind him it is Mr. Kevin Magnussen and Lewis Hamilton battling. Oh no, that's actually Bottas for the next 2 positions. Here we go, back on top with Sergio Perez. On top, back on board with Sergio Perez. Oh boy. In any case, guys, let's jump back to my teammate start, Devin Butler, who is starting from the back of the grid, also thanks to penalties. So penalties have just absolutely overthrown us here at McLaren. But here you guys can see the grunt of the McLaren in a straight line thanks to the maxed out engine in the rear of this car. Heading into the first quarter, if I was Butler, I would have got up the inside there of the Haas. But in other words, it's actually the Toro Rosso that goes for the major dive. And now it is my teammate side by side with Antonio Giovinazzi. The Toro Rosso gets a little bit of a squeeze from Grosjean ahead in the Haas. Here we go, it is Devin Butler right alongside Danny Kvyat. As we head into the next part of the track, will Butler be braver on the brakes? He is not, because he has to watch out for Albert in the second Toro Rosso ahead of him. Through the right-hander, will he give Kvyat the squeeze? It looks like he does, but he's just much greater on the brakes into this next double right-hander. But look at the exit that Kvyat has got there. And heading into the SS, it is Kvyat ahead of my teammate. Now we jump back to me, the defending world champion with the #1 beautifully painted on top of our car. The lights are green, it's go, go, go. We are side by side with the Williams of Lando Norris. And there's the second Williams of George Russell. Now the grunts of the McLaren engine really comes into its strength. Well, the McLaren engine, which is a Renault engine, but you guys know what I'm saying. I go side by side with Daniel Ricciardo, get myself alongside Lewis Hamilton. I go around the outside, actually go a bit wide there to leave Lewis the space. I thought he was closer, but that is us now up into P9 if I'm not mistaken. Into the next spot, Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas is going side by side with Kevin Magnussen. Why do I always swap the drivers? Damn, son, I need to stop doing that. In any case, I defend from Hamilton and I keep an eye on Magnussen and Bottas ahead of me. What are these two crazy guys doing? Into the S section. It's very tight there with 3 wide. Heading to the SS. Magnussen has been shoved out as well as Bottas. And that is a beautiful move from us into, I don't know what a position to be exact, but oh my goodness, what a beautiful move. Absolutely fantastic. Guys, I'm going to say it. That was bloody good from my side. Let's see this. Magnussen and Bottas lock. Well, basically, Bottas is left front, locked with Magnussen's right rear, and they tangled. They both went wide, and they opened the door up to me. Let's have a look from Bottas's POV on top of the halo. Into this, you guys see there they lock tires. Bottas gets sent wide, but Magnussen backs off to give Bottas the position back. And as I come through, Bottas gets startled and even conceives the position back to Magnussen as well. So Bottas defended 1, but lost 2. I know that's that's a lot to wrap your head around, but damn what a move, guys. You guys can clearly see that I am fighting for a world championship. I'm not taking any prisoners. But as we end the first lap, finally, it is Mr. Sergio Perez leading the way from Charles Leclerc, P2 for Ferrari, and in P3 it is my championship rival Lucas Weber. Here you guys can see the Ferrari, who also had penalties just like myself. Max Verstappen is right behind Kimi Raikkonen in the Alfa Romeo. The two sister teams. It is the big boy Ferrari team versus the baby Alfa Romeo team, and that's an easy move for Max Verstappen to get ahead of Mr. Raikkonen. Here we go, guys, onto the POV of Pierre Gasly in the first of the 2 Red Bulls, and Sebastian Vettel just seems to not be gelling with his car or with the track, or even both. And he is just falling like a stone. The man who started on the front row in P2 is now already down to P5. That is a little bit sad there. You guys can see an epic battle between Kimi Raikkonen, the 2 Williams, and Roman Grosjean. And there in the background, it is my teammate following one of the Toro Rossos behind this massive group. It's a 3-1 between the 2 Williams and the Haas there of Grosjean. And George Russell comes out of that fight the best. Oh boy. And guys, if you guys also noticed there, Kimi Raikkonen in the Alfa Romeo ahead has got front wing damage, so that is why he is holding up this grid. Here comes my teammate to go side by side with Alexander Albon in the Toro Rosso. Will he make the move stick on Albon? Yes, he will. Now the next victim on Butler's list it is Mr. Romain Grosjean. But now we jump on back onto the POV of my championship rival and my former Formula 2 teammate, Lucas Weber. DRS is open. Here he comes on the move, and he's going to get past Charles Leclerc with the utmost amount of ease. And right behind him, that is actually Sebastian Vettel taking back P4 from Pierre Gasly. And as we fast forward a little bit later, guys, this is actually now the Red Bull of Sebastian Vettel trying to make a move on Charles Leclerc. So these four cars are battling quite hard. A racing point, both Red Bulls and the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. But if these two keep battling, I'm sure that Lucas is going to break away quite easily. And oh, it's actually Gasly fighting with Leclerc. So we also missed the move where actually Vettel overtook Gasly. Oh, Gasly overtook Vettel. My brain is busy being fried, and we are not even on. We are now on 17 minutes into the video, and it's still a long race to go. But in any case, here we jump back onto my teammate's POV actually, and this is now him right behind the horse of Romain Grosjean. Well, he was behind the horse of Romain Grosjean, and now we're back onto the POV of Mr. Leclerc in his Ferrari. DRS will open now as we head down this seemingly endless main straight. There goes Charles Leclerc up into P3. So it's basically a Red Bull v Leclerc battle for the final podium position, because it seems like the two racing points are untouchable at this stage of the Grand Prix, especially Checo out in the lead at his home race. So, guys, I am the first car to blink, to dive into the pit lane, to come onto my second set of red walled soft tires. I wanted to make the second stint work as much as possible, undercut as much as possible, to see how much positions I can possibly gain. As you guys see, we are going to come out close to last place, I think. I think it will be last.
More stop today, one stop left in our strategy.
Thank you very much, Jeff. And yes, guys, it is P20 right behind Antonio Giovinazzi, who is going. Actually, he's trying to make a move on one of the two Toro Rossos. Oh, it's actually his teammate Raikkonen. They are side by side through this first section. So Raikkonen has dropped to the back of the grid thanks to that front wing damage. I catch both the Alfa Romeo sleeping. We have the run here as we come out of the corner. Let's see, does the McLaren have the grunt on the Alfa Romeo with the Ferrari engine in the back? It seems like it, but I know Giovinazzi did have DRS, and we still stuck with him. But that is us up 2 positions already, and we have barely come out of the pit lane. The next person on our list, it is Mr. Danny Kvyat. Let's head to this next part, into the SS. You guys are going to see the grip advantage of fresh soft tires versus worn soft tires. I close up to the back of of Danny Kvyat. I nearly said Pierre Gasly for some other stupid reason. We get the move coming out of the SS into the stadium section. We are side by side, but that's an easy move for us up into, what's that, P17? Now we jump back to the leaders, guys. And actually, it is, who's that? Is that Vettel or Leclerc? It's actually, Vettel or Leclerc. Vettel or Gasly. Gasly gets past Charles Leclerc, and now it's Vettel right behind him. Charles Leclerc, oh no, this is actually Max Verstappen, I think. I think this is Mr. Verstappen. Yes, the number 33 is on the car. 33. Bingo! Max Verstappen has won himself a pit stop. I'm a crazy dude. But this is now my teammate Devin Butler, guys, trying to go after one of the two Williams. He must have passed the other Williams already, and that's an easy move for Mr. Butler to get past the Williams of George Russell. Now you guys can see I have gotten past the second Toro Rosso of Alexander Albon, and I'm now going after the Haas of Carlos Sainz. So you guys see it through the S section. Even there, my advantage in grip is so clear. We open up DRS, and it is now time to make a move on the Mr. Medium running Carlos Sainz. Onto the outside we go. Purple first sector just to establish our speed through this next right-hander. We leave Carlos the space, but there is just nothing he can do. We've got the grip advantage, and that is us now up into P13 of this Mexican Grand Prix. Here we come on to the P2 man, guys, Lucas Weber, who seems to be Mr. Copycat recently, because everything I do, he does. So Weber, let's see if he's Mr. Copycat today again. Ding, 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 ding. Where's Weber gone? That is Leclerc also diving into the pit lane to go on to also a second set of soft tires. And where is Weber? Come on, Mr. Weber. Lucas Weber. Lucas Weber. We are on board with my teammate Devin Butler, who is going to come out right behind Lucas Weber. So is Lucas on the softs or on other tires, guys? That is red wall tires. So Weber is on to, here's copycatting me. And that is us getting past Charles Leclerc as we come down the main straight, guys. We had the overspeed thanks to Leclerc coming out of the pit lane. We give him a little bit of a squeeze through these first corners, and that is us now up. I'm not sure to where exactly, but we are ahead of Charles Leclerc and now going to try and chase after Mr. Weber. Yes, you guys can see this is now Sebastian Vettel diving into the pit lane. Will Red Bull go for the 2-stop or the 1-stop? They go for the 2-stop for the 1-stop by strapping on the hard tires onto Sebastian Vettel's car. There is also Lewis Hamilton diving it in, my teammate diving it in. Actually, what is Devon going to do? Are McLaren 2-stopping him as well, or will they 1-stop him? We will find that out pretty soon. Here we go on board with Charles Leclerc, guys, as we pass the Red Bull off Sebastian Vettel. He gave Leclerc a massive squeeze, nearly forcing him onto the grass there. Heading into the first corner. Who is the braver one on the brakes? Is it myself or Leclerc in the Ferrari? Through the second part of the first 3 corners, through the third part, and once again we pinch Leclerc to the inside of the third corner. And now he is under pressure from Sebastian Vettel. Side by side for the Red Bull and the Ferrari. Heading into the corner. Will it be Vettel? Will it be Leclerc? Through the next one, it is Vettel on the inside on his fresh hards, but Leclerc will have the grip thanks to those brand spanking new soft tires. It is clear that Vettel is going for the 1-stop, and me and Leclerc are going for the 2-stop. And through the S's, Vettel will definitely not be able to keep up with us. Here comes Mr. Sergio Perez, the home favorite, leading the way, coming in from the lead of the Grand Prix. Will Perez go 1 or 2 stop? And he is going 1 stop, so Racing Point have split the strategies, and their leading man is going for the safe 1-stop option, and the man fighting for the championship is going for the very tricky 2-stop. Does Lucas Weber pass his teammate to take the lead? Yes, he does. But Lucas Weber has still got a pit stop waiting for him, just like myself. So it is Lucas Weber leading the way from Perez in P2 and a lot of other cars behind him. I flipped through the cars so quickly I couldn't see exactly where everybody was. But there you guys can see Gasly has also gone for the 1-stop, just like his teammate. So Red Bull are really playing the safe game here. So now it is myself. We are now, where's this butler? Now I think that is myself. We are now right behind the Williams of, I think it is Lando Norris. No, it is George Russell, guys. And right behind me, it is Mr. Charles Leclerc, who follows me. I'm later onto the brakes, around the outside of George Russell, and that is us up another position. And now, once again, he will hold up the other drivers behind me so I can try and bridge a gap to these nincompoops, because they keep putting me under pressure, and they keep make me lose my focus, so I can't chase after Weber. Beautiful here. Here comes Leclerc to try and go around the outside of Russell. He's got the inside for the next corner, and that is a very solid move there from Mr. Charles Leclerc. Guys, what an action-packed race so far. Trust me, you want to hit the like down below. It's only going to take you 2 seconds. I mean, this race is absolutely crazy. Okie dokie. Now, guys, let's run through the top 10. Lucas Weber leads the way from Sergio Perez in P2. Remember, red or yellow tires still have to make a pit stop. Myself in P3 trying to shake off Charles Leclerc, who is battling me for P3. Then it's Sebastian Vettel, P5. P6 is Max Verstappen. P7, P8 Gasly. P8, it is actually Kevin Magnussen. P9, it is the Mercedes of Valtteri Bottas. And in P10, it's probably Lewis Hamilton or Daniel Ricciardo. There we go. So Mercedes and Renault are having quite a nice duel here for the bottom end point. But Hamilton gets ahead of that Renault of Ricciardo. And that's a beautiful move from Lewis Hamilton. We jump on board with the home favorite, Sergio Perez, heading into the first corner, guys. Here we go into the first corner. Beautiful line through there. Beautiful line through the next part. And here we go. Oh, that smoke! No! No, the Mexico is going to riot. Oh, no. Guys, that is an engine failure for Sergio Perez, the man who qualified in pole position, well, on pole position, and has been driving an absolutely fantastic race. He was probably assured to win this Grand Prix, and that is the homeboy, Checo, Sergio Perez, out of the Mexican Grand Prix. That is good news for us at McLaren, I'm not going to lie, because now we can hopefully get the points over Lucas Weber if Lucas does not win this Grand Prix. But he's looking very strong to take the win here for Racing Point, which will be a brand spanking amount of 25 points.
No more scheduled pit stops.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Do you guys see we have a drag race with George Russell heading into the first corner, but Russell has got the overspeed thanks to having a longer straight, basically. Heading into the first corner! Oh, boy. What have I just done? I am so sorry, George Russell. I just probably gave that guy a heart attack. Daniel Ricciardo, go back to school, my boy. That is the latest of the late breakers. That is the latest of the latest of the latest of the late breakers. Oh boy, I did not think I was going to make that corner, and yet I did. Damn, son, damn. Okay, guys, so that's us up another position. We also get past the Alfa Romeo of Antonio Giovinazzi. This is now the Ferrari of Max Verstappen coming in for his second pit stop. He will have to strap on the mediums just like myself. There we go, mediums onto the Ferrari of Max Verstappen. And that's a beautiful pit stop there from Ferrari. Let's actually see where Max comes out. Do we actually get past Max? We should. We were ahead of Max before the pit stops commenced. And I can tell you guys I was fast on these mediums. There we go. Maxi has fallen behind. He's fallen behind. And now he's also going to be under pressure. Well, actually, he's going to have to fight now with Giovinazzi and whoever's Haas that is. It's either Grosjean or Sainz. But I think it's probably Grosjean. Here comes Charles Leclerc, guys, diving into the pit lane. Ferrari are going to strap on a set of medium tires for him as well. So Leclerc and Verstappen, unlike Red Bull, have done the contrast strategy. They went soft mediums like myself, where Red Bull went soft hards, and Red Bull are only one stopping this Grand Prix. Back onto my POV, you guys see, I am quite far ahead of Max Verstappen. Where will Charles Leclerc emerge? Is he in between us? Yes, he is. There is the red Ferrari of Charles Leclerc in between myself and his teammate Max Verstappen. So, oh, look at that. That is the racing point, the Haas of Roman Grosjean, just absolutely telling Verstappen, hey, my man, if you're not going to drive, sit at the back, my boy. Here comes the race leader, Lucas Weber, who has now been gifted the lead thanks to the retirement of his teammate Sergio Perez. Into the pit lane, off with the softs, on with the mediums, and let's see where this Pink Panther emerges. Here's his two rivals for this Grand Prix in the form of Pierre Gasly and Sebastian Vettel for Red Bull. I'm sure Christian Horner is jumping in his seat because it's been a fair while since Red Bull have been so strong at a Grand Prix. But he needs his two drivers to fight less and to concentrate more on keeping that Pink Panther behind them. So you guys can see that it's a very, very tight race here, and all the one-stoppers are now in the way of the two-stoppers. Here comes myself. Oh no, that's Butler. That is Butler fighting away with Daniel Ricciardo and Lewis Hamilton for bare-boned points. But there are still also a few medium drivers in this group that also have to pit. Or actually, no, there is not. Guys, this is actually a race to the end between everybody. We're a little bit late into the race. I can't believe I just thought that there were still going to be pit stops. But it's not the point. Don't scold me. Please don't scold me. Actually, my teammate gets past Daniel Ricciardo and is now trying to make a move on Lewis Hamilton. As you guys see, the second papaya orange car is looking in the background in the form of myself. Heading into the S section, there goes Butler around the outside. He's going to hold up Hamilton and Ricciardo a little bit. Here comes the racing point of Lucas Weber, just a little bit up the road, going side by side with one of the two Red Bulls. Is that Vettel or is that Gasly? I think it was Sebastian Vettel. Through the very tight stadium section hairpin. On the inside for the first of the two kinks. He will be on the inside for the final corner. It is Vettel alongside Weber. And now who's going to have the grip? Obviously it will be Weber on his fresher and softer medium tires. But now Sebastian Vettel is going to have DRS. And Weber is going to be an absolutely sitting duck. There's nothing he's going to be able to do about that Red Bull in a straight line. And right behind them, Bottas and Magnussen are having a titanic battle. And now I've caught up to the back of this group of Ricciardo, Hamilton, and my teammates. I am on the quicker tire. Here we come. Pull to the outside of Daniel Ricciardo. And Hamilton is actually going back after my teammate. So the two McLarens are going side by side with two different cars right behind one another. We get the move done on Daniel Ricciardo. Is my teammate still side by side with Hamilton? Yes, he is. And now we are right behind them. But now we jump back onto the POV of Sebastian Vettel just the next lap, guys. And it is now time for Vettel to fall into the clutches of the Pink Panther with a very OP Mercedes engine in the rear. There we go. Lucas Weber is cleanly past Sebastian Vettel and is now hunting towards Mr. Pierre Gasly, who is now leading this race. And guys, here we go. Right behind my teammate and Lewis Hamilton. Look at the overspeed of the McLaren as we're closing. We go to the inside. We get the move down on Lewis Hamilton. And guys, at this stage, I was hoping that Devin Butler was going to play the team game, knew I was faster, and would not fight too hard. We have to wait, however, till the end of the next lap. And here you guys can see, we jump onto the engine bay, well, the engine cover here of Devin Butler, and look at the closing speed with DRS. There's nothing my teammate can do, and it's an easy position for us gain there. Now we jump onto the POV once again of I nearly said Sergio Perez, of Weber, as he is making a move to take back the lead of the Mexican Grand Prix. There goes Weber. He is on the inside there. Well, on the inside he made the pass, but he never got to the corner to keep the inside. He went back to the racing line. Here you guys can see this is now Charles Leclerc, who has also passed Hamilton and is now coming after my teammate. And there right behind is Max Verstappen as well. There's still a lot of cars fighting for the points here, guys. And if I think correctly now, I am in P6. There is Weber, Gasly, Vettel, then Bottas and Magnussen, and then myself. So I am in P6 of this Grand Prix as things are standing. And here comes Charles Leclerc on my teammate Devin Butler. And guys, all I was praying was that Devin would hold these guys back so I could go chasing after Bottas and Magnussen, as well as maybe, just maybe, have a chance of sniffing a podium here and getting one of the Red Bulls at the end of the race. Here you guys can see this is actually me who has caught up to the rear of Bottas and Magnussen. But as you guys see, there was a car ahead of them, and no, that's not a lapped car. That is the unfortunate bad news continuing for Red Bull, as Pierre Gasly has got some sort of mechanical issue with his car. The Renault of Magnussen goes to the inside. I'm on the outside of Bottas, heading into the stadium section. It's a very, very tight corner that we get the move done around the outside of Valtteri Bottas, and now Pierre Gasly is just a mobile chicane for us. He's down on power, and we're gonna pass him probably quite easily on this next straight. He will have DRS assistance thanks to Magnussen ahead of him. Overtake mode on the ERS. We open up the rear wing of DRS. We pull to the inside, and there's absolutely nothing that Gasly can do about it. We get ourselves up into P4, and guys, now I'm definitely sniffing a podium here. Kevin Magnussen is right in front of me in that beautiful yellow and black Renault, the the mascot colors of the F1, well, of the world in general. And I feel the Renault team are the mascots for F1. They look like Peely in Fortnite. I think it's fantastic. We get around Kevin Magnussen, and that is us up into a podium position from P11 on the grid. Thank you very much, Dave. I'm sure just Jeff complimented me on the move there, guys. But guys, as we jump towards 2 laps to go, heading into the A section, you guys can see all the cars behind are battling fiercely. Whee! Woo! Woo! We just had a little bit of a moment there. We had to cut the corner there, but the rear end stepped out quite violently there. As we look at the onboard shot, guys, through the first ACN and through the second one, it looks reasonably fine, and then the car just snaps at me, and I unfortunately have to take an alternative route, which is not fun. It was quite startling. But guys, this man, my championship rival, Lucas Weber, is going to take the win for Racing Point and take the full 25 points. Sebastian Vettel, who started on the front row, is going to get gifted P2 thanks to all the problems with everybody around him. And we in McLaren are going to come home in P3. But guys, remember at the beginning of this episode, the championship gap was 10 points. The difference between first and third is 10 points. So we, myself and Weber, are officially drawn for this championship.
Nice work, you did well today. I think the boss will be happy with that one.
A victory for Racing Point, and the team will certainly be celebrating tonight. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
Racing Point's performance today has shown that they can be competitive with the veterans of the sport. They're making their way out to the podium now as we speak, and the reaction from the crowd must be incredibly uplifting for them. Let's have a look then at the drivers' standings. It wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
My driver of the day was Devin Butler. He did an amazing job pushing through the field, cementing his growing reputation for ruthlessly running down those top positions.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Racing Point continue to run away with it out in front. Meanwhile, Renault move up the table, with another strong performance this weekend. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Guys, 0 points. 0 points separate myself and Lucas Weber. Guys, this season is gonna come down to the wire. I don't know what to say. Look, I'm grateful that Lucas Weber didn't get the fastest lap, because then he would have been ahead by 1 point, which would have been a little bit catastrophic. We are at least drawn now. And guys, as the championship looks now, we have won more races than Lucas Weber. I think we've won 7 and Lucas has won 6. So if the championship does draw at the end of the season, we will win the championship thanks to having more wins. But who wants to win like that? I want to win with points the right way. No, guys, I'm joking. If it ends like that, it would be absolutely spectacular. And with 3 rounds to go, only America, Brazil, and Abu Dhabi left on the calendar. It is truly, truly crunch time. I know that was the title of the previous video, but it is truly, truly crunch time. And I honestly don't know what to say. I am excited. I am a little bit stressed. But we have got a spectacular championship waiting for us. And guys, remember, this car at the beginning of the season was the 2nd worst car on the grid. And we have built this team and this car up to be the fastest car on the grid. We have fought back from nothing to be championship contenders, not just in the drivers, but in the constructors championship as well. Guys, what a race here in Mexico. You guys know my story. The longer the video, the better the race. So please smash the like down below. I know you want to. It's only going to take you 2 seconds and it helps me out more than likes. But the most important thing, guys, please share this video with your friends on social media. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. When you share the video, tag me on Instagram or Twitter and I will give you a shout out in a future video. Finally, if you're not yet subscribed, what are you doing? Hit the subscribe down below. Don't forget to ding the bell to never miss a future episode. And guys, it is now time to jam. Yeah, you guys know I don't usually do the highlights. I usually do it as a little screen on the side, but we're watching the highlights and we're gonna jam. We're gonna jam. So yeah, guys, get ready to jam away with me. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for staying till the end. And I'm just gonna jam with you. I'm just gonna jam with you guys. So don't click off of the video. Wait. It is time to jam. Don't click off. If you're gonna click off, I'm gonna catch you. Don't click off. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You know you don't wanna. Guys, come on. Let's dance. Woo! I'll see y'all next time. Cheers!